So I went to Kroger. I didn't do no full-blown grocery shopping. I just needed to get two things. A loaf of bread and a carton of almond milk. Two things. Now I'm thinking I was gonna spend like a good $3, $4, $5 at the max. Y'all, why was my total $7.26? $7.26. I only bought two items. A loaf of bread and a carton of almond milk. Why did that equal $7? What the hell? And then I looked at the very end of my receipt and it says, with our low prices, you've saved $1.30. What? So you mean to tell me if I didn't put my cousin's phone number, because she has a whole Kroger account and I just use her phone number as an alternative ID. If I didn't put my cousin's phone number, I would have paid $8 for my two items. But because I used my cousin's phone number, I paid $7 for two items, a loaf of bread, and a carton of almond milk. Y'all, I can't make this up. What is going on with our economy? Like, this is ridiculous. Y'all, I'm not capping. Look at my receipt. $7.26. Like, what the hell? What the hell? Two items. Y'all can see it right here. Two items. Carton of almond milk and a loaf of bread. Two items. $7. What the is going on? Like, I'm sick of this. I am sick of this. So before I continue my rant about this economy being a hot mess and being an adult is literally the dumbest I have never signed up for. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't ask to be born. I did not sign up to be an adult. I'm just here and I am just trying to survive. I am trying my very best to survive. Damn. I wanted to provide real testimonies from people that I have seen on TikTok, people of all races, all ethnicities, all financial situations. Some people are making six figures. Some people are making minimum wage. People that are single, people that have children, people that have no children. It seems to me that everybody has been fighting for their lives and struggling in terms of financial stability in 2023. Take a look at this.
Waking up in the morning, thinking about so many things. I just wish things would get better.
I don't know what to do. It's hard for me to even formulate words right now, just thinking about life. I'm not entirely sure what to do. I work for a really good company, and I still have to have a second job. And if I'm not careful, potentially a third. Now, I'm not entirely sure how the third's gonna fit in here, but I gotta make it work somehow. Some type of side hustle, I'm not sure. But it's crazy, and I don't know how anyone else is surviving out here. I don't know how everyone else is making life work right now. I'm not sure how anyone's out here grocery shopping. I'm not sure how. I just don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what we need to do as a collective, as a people. I'm not sure what we can do, but I just know something. Something needs to be done. Something has got to give. Everything is just astronomically expensive. Everything. Like, I've cut out subscriptions. I don't eat out. And just as soon as I get my paycheck, once bills are paid, it's a wrap. It's done. I have nothing left. And I think I've cried all of the tears I could cry, at least for this week. I'm not sure anymore, guys. I truly have no idea how we are surviving.
Want to see what $50 worth of groceries gets you? $4 each on sale. A salad, 3 cans of tomato soup, a tube of cinnamon buns, pure cranberry juice, a carton of milk, and we mustn't forget the fruit and jello cups. At this point, I will be living on a prayer.
Baby, who is y'all phone curious? Who the is y'all phone curious? Let me know. Drop down below. Cause AT&T got me teetotally f***ed up. Teetotally. If you thinking about it, don't do it.
So we just got our statement from the daycare. That's for 4 months of care, $11,772.80. We have 2 kids. We have a toddler and an infant. Well, she's 1. And that includes childcare for 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. They get breakfast, lunch, and 2 snacks, plus like any of the activities and things like that they do in the classroom, plus the childcare, obviously. It ends up being about $17.50 per hour for both of them, which if you put it like that, it's not horrible. We actually have like one of the middle of the road type of daycares, definitely not on the higher end. But if you're wondering why my deck's not done and we don't travel as much, we pay $35,000 a year in childcare. So that's why.
How do y'all afford to feed families? Like, seriously, how do y'all afford to feed families? Because this right here, just this, okay, some water, detergent, Dr. Pepper, you know, like cheaper stuff, was $173 at Walmart. $173. If you have multiple people in your household, how are you affording to feed your families? Like, 100% curious. Because this ridiculous, this bullshit.
I can't be the only one.
At this point, I promise y'all, I'm about to start eating out. $47.28. All vegetables. This is not even meat. Not even meat. I'm damned if I eat vegetables. I'm damned if I eat meat. The struggle is real. Woo! All right, man.
It is really hard to live in this world in 2023 off of one income. It's almost nearly impossible. Groceries are $600 a month. For a roof over your head, you're probably paying $700 plus. Utilities, $300 a month. Wi-Fi and phones have pretty much come a necessity, so there goes another $100 to $200 a month. And let's not forget the additional probably $200 or more a month you spend on shampoo, conditioner, body soap, dishwashing stuff, laundry soap, paper towels. And then I almost forgot, then there's that extra $300 you have to add in there for gas. So yes, it's impossible to live off of one income. And if I were to go to work, guess what would happen? A good chunk, if not all of my income, would go just to pay for that $1,000 or $2,000 a month it costs to send your kids to daycare.
Daycare is so expensive. Our daycare is $435 a week for one infant, and you pay that whether they attend or not because you pay for the slot, which is like $22,620 per year. My take-home salary per year after taxes is only $55,000. So like over a third of my income goes to daycare. I mean, my husband and I split it, but still, like, why is it so expensive?
Today I got paid. My check was a little bit over $2,000. I did 10 hours overtime because that's what I'm allowed to do. And then I got a $24 check from the second job that I just started at the mall. I paid my rent. That was like $1,500. $1,553. I paid my car note. That was $406. That left me with $81. I went and got gas because I was on E. That left me with $33. And I went to the grocery store to get a can of soup and some bread and some stuff, and so I can eat dinner. And I went to get some Cheez-Its because I love Cheez-Its. And they're normally $2.99 a box, but they were like almost $4. And I cried because it's like $4. Like, who pays for $4 per box of crackers?
Hey, I ran out of my deodorant, which usually I buy new deodorant before I run out, but for some reason just ran out and didn't have any, so I needed to go out and buy some today. Went to Shoppers for something else actually, but I decided I'll go look at the deodorant. I didn't plan on buying it from Shoppers because honestly it's cheaper at Walmart or Amazon, but they were having a sale on it for $6.99 for this Mitchum's deodorant. The original price of this in Shoppers was $9 something. I'm paying over $10 for a deodorant. That does not sit right with me. I also needed some shampoo, which for some reason the prices have gone up exponentially on shampoo, and I know it's not just inflation, it is price gouging. Early in 2020, I started using Shea Moisture. I like it. Actually, I love it, actually. It's great for my hair. I have curlier, wavier hair. It's been great. I love it. However, it has gone up so much at Shoppers right now. Before tax is 18 something. So for the past 6 months, I haven't been buying it because way too expensive. Even at Walmart, it's a bit too expensive for me. I think it's 14 something at Walmart. And I just can't justify spending over $20 on shampoo. So, however, it was on sale again at Shoppers today, $13.99, which is basically like $1 cheaper than Walmart. But I thought, you know what? I'll get it. 2 products, right? $23. 2 items at Shoppers.
I'm fed up with how much it costs to eat. Like, it's to the point where it's like, how is we supposed to be the moms like the TikTok girlies where we taking our kids to the aquarium and it's $65 per kid to get in the aquarium when we could barely feed them? I spent $425 on groceries a week and a half ago, and I'm running out of stuff already. I look in the freezer, ain't nothing left but a half a pack of ground turkey and a whole chicken. Where is the rest of the food at? I just grocery shopped. The juice gone, eggs dwindling. Like, it's too much. Then you can't even eat out either. Why is Wingstop $18.99 for a 10-piece? Since when? It used to be $10. $10 for a 10-piece with the fries back in the day. What is going on? Chipotle, $18. What was $18? What was $18? Subway, Panera, and don't even get me started on trying to eat healthy, because now I gotta buy my fruits and vegetables weekly, every 4 days, not even weekly. It's just ridiculous how much money you gotta spend on food. I don't even want to be hungry no more.
So I just got back from the grocery store. Okay, I live in the middle of Oklahoma. Literally, the middle of Oklahoma is where I live. Okay, I'm going to show you what I bought, and I'm going to tell you how much I spent on it, and then I want you to see why I'm broke. This is what I got, okay? I got 2 things of crescent rolls, a thing of country crock, a thing of Velveeta, value size macaroni and cheese, and a gallon of milk. Guess how much I spent on that? $28.47. Can you see that? Can you see the $28.47? $28.47 on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. $30 on 6 items. We're a family of 6. And I bought basic items and spent $30. I bought no meat. I bought nothing to make an actual meal out of. Like, seriously, I just got macaroni and cheese and some crescent rolls and some milk and butter. Literally, like $30. And it's not even a meal. I fucking hate it here.
This is for T-Mobile. If you're not T-Mobile, Why is it I just paid off my 12 Pro Max, right? My bill is still like 90 something dollars, right? Okay. So in my head, I'm like, cool. I just paid off the phone. I can upgrade now. Cool, right? Upgrade doesn't mean what you think what you think it does, apparently. In my head, if I'm upgrading my phone, it's free. It's gonna be a couple extra dollars a month to pay off the phone, but I can walk out the store with a new phone for free. No. I go to T-Mobile. They're like, girl, if you want the 14 Pro Max, you're gonna have to pay like $200 or something today, and then your bill is gonna be an additional. And then if you don't do that and you just want the regular 14, then you can do that, but you're gonna have to trade in your phone. You gotta fix your screen first, trade in the phone, and then your bill itself is gonna go up another 15 because you gotta change your plan. Because now you gotta change your plan. Really and truly, what's being upgraded? What are we upgrading, babes? What are we doing? I might have to go to Metro because Metro Boomin wants some more. Like, I might have to because I can't. My phone bill, here's the thing. I was already paying $124 a month for the bill, and then to pay off the phone, and then the protection and whatever. I finished paying the phone off, my bill is still 90 something. And y'all talking about you're gonna have to change your.
Yo, this is what $70 gets you at Walmart. Yep, that's it. $70.
I just got nostalgia by looking at this picture, but I got a question to ask. Is it me or McDonald's just upped their prices and everything? Like, I don't even think there's a dollar menu anymore. I lived my life on the dollar menu. I go to McDonald's, all the workers are mad. They took the Grimace shake off. You're lucky Burger King's trash, because I would have ate there before y'all's a while back. Bro, there's no way a dollar menu is still happening in 2023. That's cap.
This is how much I paid for the month of April. My kids will go to daycare for 19 days. That comes out to $151 a day. And before you come to me and say, how did you not know it was gonna be this expensive? They raised our daycare rates 17% in the last 2 years, where before they never had to raise daycare more than 1%. I didn't know. A pandemic happened. Before you say be a stay-at-home mom, I am not setting myself up for poverty. I have health insurance. I have a 401k. I make a salary. They contribute to Social Security, so just in case my husband dies, I won't live in poverty. And before you say, it's not my responsibility to pay your child care bill, this affects you. Yeah, the child care crisis is costing the United States $122 billion in lost revenue every year. So it is your problem. Okay, bye.
I have friends that are making over $80K a year, great full-time jobs, full benefits, that would rather live with their parents than pay these bull apartment complexes to live in bull areas with bull amenities and bull things within the actual home. It's like, it's just so frustrating that we did everything they told us to do. We went to school, we got educated, we worked hard, we did everything they told us to do, and then when we're actually out in the world, they want to charge us $1,800 for a one-bedroom apartment that really ain't. And then when they talk about, oh, the future is going to be great for you, just got to work hard and stay down. How? A lot of people don't have savings. They're spending it all on basic, like housing and groceries. And what scares me the most is that more and more people are becoming aware of how it is. And all we do, we record a video, we post it on TikTok, we post it on Instagram, we post it on social media, and then we say, well, I've done my part, and we close out the app, and then we go on about our day. That doesn't fix anything.
You know what's so frustrating? It's very frustrating when you make 6 figures at a job, but you still can't make ends meet. You're still struggling, barely making it. You see, that's where I was back in January. My rental home increased $365 a month. Just like that. My annual increase in my job was only 1%. That's all they gave me, 1%. And mind you, it's not because of performance. So it is very frustrating. It's The economy is the worst that I've ever seen. Prices are just sky high, and everything goes up except our incomes. Everything goes up except our wages. I was juggling which bill I was gonna pay next, which one I needed to pay to avoid being taken away from me or being shut off.
So this is what it's like living paycheck to paycheck. So my husband's in the military, right? We don't make a lot of money, so we live paycheck to paycheck, and I coupon like a mother to help cut down on our grocery spending because groceries are expensive right now. And we weren't doing too bad, you know, we had enough money to pay our bills and to buy our groceries with some coupons involved, a lot of coupons involved, but we still had just enough to survive, essentially. And of course, when you're finally doing okay, something always has to happen. So today, my husband's phone broke, and he has only had this phone for a year and a half. It wasn't turning on, wasn't charging, nothing, it just broke. And it had been having issues for the past week, but we were just praying and hoping that it would hold on for another 3 months. And no, we didn't have insurance on the phones because we couldn't afford the extra cost in our phone bill each month. Because again, we live paycheck to paycheck. Every time my husband gets paid, that paycheck is gone in 24 hours to all of our bills and groceries. And of course, this had to happen today, the day before my husband gets paid. So he hasn't gotten paid yet. And he can't go without a phone because, again, he's active duty military and he gets called in a lot. And they can't call him if his phone is broken. So I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Because we had to take our credit card that we just started paying down, okay? We just started paying down because that bitch was maxed out. Because before I started couponing, we were using it for groceries to survive. So that credit card was maxed out and we were just starting to pay it down. And we had to use that credit card to pay his phone off the rest of the way today and buy a whole new phone and pay for, you know, you have to pay for the taxes and stuff up front, which was like, I think $172, something like that. So yeah, we had to do that today. And so that credit card is now maxed out again. And so we're just back in debt again.
So I just got back from the grocery store. That's what I got. I got 20 ramen noodles, okay. 2 pounds of beef, tortillas, seasoning, lettuce, tomato. That's $35 worth of groceries. I'm flabbergasted. This is ridiculous, you guys. When are we gonna do something about this?
Yes, it does. I know people don't want to believe it costs that much, but it absolutely does cost that much money. And I'll show you how. These are the rates in my town. This is for infants, so it's $110 a day. That's the lowest you can pay, and that's if you're going for 5 days a week. The most you'll pay if you do 1 day drop-in is $153. It drops when they become a toddler, which is 15 months old, and it drops even more when they become a preschooler, right? So $97 a day if you do 5 days, and it gets less and less as they get older, which is fantastic. But just for context, for one infant, and most people have 2 children, one infant for 5 days a week, $2,200 a month. So when I tell you I have 4 kids and I pay $5,000 a month in childcare, I'm not making that number up. That is the reality and the cost of childcare. For the people who are going to recommend, hey, you should do a nanny. A nanny's way less expensive. It's also not, right? The more kids you have, the higher the rate is that they're going to charge you for childcare. So I have 4 children and we need 40 hours a week. At a minimum, that'd be like $35 an hour. At 40 hours a week, it's like $5,600 a month. So daycare does cost this much, and nanny does cost this much. Childcare is insanely expensive these days and inaccessible. And I'm really tired of the older generation, and I say that because this is Grammy. I'm really tired of them not acknowledging the fact that the cost for childcare is vastly different today than it was when they were raising kids.
I just don't know what to do anymore. I'm sitting outside work, crying my eyes out in my vehicle, because I can't function anymore. Financially, I don't understand anymore. I don't understand how I make $34 an hour and I can't function. I can't function. I can't pay my bills. I can't even literally keep gas in my car to get to work 3 days a week because I can't afford it. Like, I get paid and it goes to car, mortgage, a couple little bills, and then maybe $80 in food for the week. And I literally only buy groceries when my daughter's home now. On the weeks that she goes with her dad, which is Monday to Monday, what I've started doing is I buy a loaf of rye bread, and I work really hard to keep that one loaf of rye bread lasting me the whole week, and I eat peanut butter. So I'll eat peanut butter toast whenever I'm hungry. And it's been fine. It's been working just fine. I'm good with that. That's fine. But last week, I guess I was a little extra hungry a couple days, so I had toast in the morning and toast in the evening, which that's not in my budget. So I ran out of bread on like the Thursday or even the Friday, I don't know. Either way, at 47, I had to see if my mother could buy me a loaf of bread so that I could eat for the weekend before my daughter got home. Because if there's any food in the house, I'm not eating one bit of it. I'm saving everything I can for her. I apparently make too much money to receive any financial benefits or help of any kind. I don't get GST. I don't get like the grocery benefit for single parents, even though I'm a single parent, but I apparently make too much money. I can't reach out to certain resources or any resources because I make too much money. You're gonna die when I tell you what I pay for a mortgage right now. $400 every 2 weeks. And I'm dying. I have to renew my mortgage for February. And I already know that my mortgage will be less, but my payments are going to be probably $400 more a month. I don't know how to budget that in. I don't know what to do.
Now you can see why the writers and the actors were on strike for 6 months.
My name is Tashina Arnold. I officially became a SAG-AFTRA member at age 13, back when it was just AFTRA and SAG separately. So I've been in it that long. I've been in show business all my life since I was 11 years old. And this is all I've done all my life. So I respect it, I honor it, and I work for it. And as a lot of us do, performers do, and writers, we work very hard, and we have to take care of each other. So it's not just one thing, but we want fairness, better health care, better residuals. I literally get 1 cent residuals. I'm like, the paper costs more than the residuals. So we just got to make a change, you know. I'm not against corporate America, but corporate America has to share not a crumb of the pie. They have to share a piece of the pie, and we want a full piece. So let's go. Let's do it.
Now you can see why auto workers from GMC, Ford, and Stellantis, why they are currently on strike.
If we signed up for the UAW's request, we would have lost $15 billion and gone bankrupt by now.
Is that true? Like, where is the CEO or people like this getting their numbers from? Because I'm going to give you some real numbers, and you tell me if what the workers are asking for isn't reasonable. Goldman Sachs Equity Research estimated that a 40% wage bump for UAW members would cost GM $4 to $5 billion and Ford $5 to $6 billion over the next 4 years. Super important detail, this 4-year time span. Goldman didn't provide estimates for Stellantis, but let's say it's similar to Ford on the high end, $6 billion as well. So 5 plus 6 plus 6, that would be $17 billion that the workers are asking for over the next 4 years. And so far this year, the big three automakers have already made $33 billion in profit. In fact, the $17 billion that the UAW is asking for from the big three over the next 4 years is less than the annual profit of the big three in each of the last 10 years, with the exception of 2014. But all that is super high level, billions of dollars, macro level stuff. So let's zoom in and focus on the individual. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average auto worker makes about $28 an hour. That is roughly about $56,000 per year. And according to this website, the national average salary is about $60,000 a year, which means that a skilled auto worker working on a manufacturing line is making less than the national average. Once again, the big three recording massive profits year after year for the last decade. Tell me, is it unreasonable for workers to want a little piece of that pie that they've been helping to bake?
Now you can see why Waffle House, those employees just recently went on strike as of Monday. Now you guys can see why they are on strike.
Respect on my check! Put some respect on my check! Put some respect on my check! Who got your back? We got your back! Who got your back? We got your back! Who got your back? We got your back!
I am a vet. I am over 20 plus years in the game, so I've seen a lot over the years, and what I'm going to touch on is meal deduction. We have a meal deduction that comes out of our check every week. Whatever shift that you may work a double shift, that money still comes out of your check whether you get to eat or not. It is unfair. A lot of times we are too busy to even eat, and it still comes out. Waffle House, you're no good. Treat your workers like you should. The Waffle House employees, do not be afraid. We are here. We are fighting. Our voices are going to spread nationwide. Get ready. We are ready.
The American people are simply tired of making the rich wealthier while we give our blood, sweat, tears, energy, time into these companies. Okay? Time into these companies. Energy into these companies. Our all into these companies. People are doing everything they can, putting their all into these jobs just for the turnaround to be that they are struggling to pay their bills. The basic necessities. I'm not talking about no luxury. I'm talking about people trying to pay for their rent, somewhere to live, somewhere to stay. No, the price of rent is going up year by year. Mortgage rates are skyrocketing. If you are owning a house right now, God bless you, because I don't know how the hell you're doing that. It's people out here struggling to eat, whether you are grocery shopping or whether you are eating out. The price of food is just absolutely ridiculous right now. Shout out to all those people that have applied for food stamps and have gotten denied because they claim that you make too much money. I'm one of those people. I got denied for food stamps like a good 4 times, and I'm sick of it. Because what do you mean I make too much money? Show me the money. Show me the money, okay? I need to eat. I'm skinny as hell. Give me the food stamps. Damn. I mean, people are struggling in terms of transportations. Cars, the car note, the car insurance, the car repairs. Every time I am at the gas pump, I swear to God, I feel like punching my car because it's like, what do you need more gas for? I just filled you up on Monday. By Saturday, you still should be at an empty tank. Why do you need more gas? Like, I be getting aggravated. I have an attitude every time I'm at the pump because it's like, what the hell, man? What the hell? Health insurance is so damn expensive. I've been considering dropping my shit for the longest. And if something happens to me, I'm gonna just let God handle it because I can't afford it, man. I want to give a shout out to everybody with kids. I don't know how you do it. I don't want to know how you're doing it because I'm not having any kids. I can't afford it. I don't give a can't afford it. Not having no kids. Nope.
No kids. No kids. No, I don't want no kids. A kid is a thing I don't have or want to have.
If I have a son or daughter and they look at me saying, Daddy, I'm hungry, I'm gonna be looking back at them like, I'm hungry too. What do you mean? Either I eat or you eat, because it ain't gonna be the both of us. I can't afford to have kids. Nope. To all my parents out there, the good parents. The good parents. So Krishan Rock and Blueface, I am not talking to neither one of you Asgardian creatures. I am referring to the good parents, okay? This message is not for y'all. I just want to give a shout out to all the parents that are busting their ass to make sure that their children has every single thing that they need. I hope God bless your household and God bless your family, because again, I don't know how y'all are doing it. I really do not know, especially if you have multiple kids. What? And if you're a single parent and you have multiple kids, I legit don't know how you're doing it. I don't know how you are doing it. I do not want to learn the secret. I am not interested. I just want to give a shout out to you. God is going to bless you. Also, I want to give a shout out to all of my homeboys that are not ready to be a father, but they keep having unprotected sex with women that are not even their girlfriends or their soon to be wife. What are you doing? What are you doing? First of all, y'all need to go get tested. That's number one. And then number two, y'all keep relying on this pull-out method, but be 5 seconds late, be 3 seconds late, be 2 seconds late, and I will be at your baby shower, if you can afford to have one. If you're not ready to be a father, and no, I'm not talking mentally and emotionally, like, yes, I can do this. No, f that. If you are not financially ready to be a father, then you need to A, be celibate, or B, invest in some condoms. Come on, y'all. Get control of your hormones, because y'all don't want these financial problems when it comes to having a child. Let me allow this working mother to speak on the cost of being a parent.
When parents complain about the cost of anything having to do with children, the pushback is, you should have known and planned for this. You knew what kids cost. And to that I say, no, we didn't. Because the cost is changing, and it's changing rapidly. Childcare alone has gone up exponentially since the pandemic due to a lack of daycare centers and funding for daycare centers, as well as a lack of nannies, because honestly, it is scarce to try and find that. And so everybody can raise their prices, and they have, right? It's typical to see a 5 to 10% increase yearly. Some people are seeing 15 to 20% increases yearly. And so how could you know that? You didn't know that when you had your baby 3 years ago, that it was going to be 40% more expensive now. For some people, like that's really what they're looking at. It is incredibly expensive. And then there's just everything else on top of that. Groceries has gone up so much. Gas has gone up so much. You can expect some sort of inflation, but not at the level that it's increased recently. And salaries are not going up according to inflation, as we all know. And then there's the housing market and interest rates. It's just all crazy, right? And so what you could afford reasonably a year ago, 2 years ago, is not what you can afford today. Something like my son's haircut. This is going to sound silly, but these are the things that you budget for, right? My son gets his haircut every 3 weeks or so. When we first started going to his barber, it was $16 for a kid's haircut. 16 with tip were, $20. That's what we were doing. Then it jumped up to like 18. Fine. A couple months later, it jumped up to 20. This was probably in May. It jumped up to $20. So 20 plus tip, okay, $25. Okay, now I just went yesterday and they're raising their prices again next month to $24. So we've gone from $16 for a boy's haircut to $24 for a boy's haircut. And I'm not complaining about this $8 change, right? But this is something that does add up in tons of little ways. And so when parents are saying the cost to raise children is incredibly expensive now, and we couldn't have anticipated it, this is what they're talking about. Childcare has gone up, groceries have gone up, extracurriculars have gone up, like soccer, gymnastics, etc. 1 month of Taekwondo is $150, right? Like these things are expensive, and they were not always this expensive. And you add all of that together, it becomes tough to budget accordingly. And so when somebody's complaining about childcare, right, specifically childcare is the one where people are like, you should have known, you should plan your finances better. Sure, but you can't anticipate the increases there, right? Not in the way that they've gone up in the last 3 years or so after the pandemic. So I encourage you, if you're complaining about your own grocery bill, take that, multiply it by a few heads, add in some daycare costs and interest rates through the roof for housing, and that's what parents are dealing with.
Shout out to everybody that is a grown adult and that is living with their parents. Shout out to you. You are living life right now, especially if your parents are not charging you any bills and you have a full-time job and all of that money is being pocketed into your bank account. You are living the life right now. Shout out to you. I consider that to be generational wealth. Do what you got to do to save up until you are financially stable to get a place on your own. And I don't know how long that's going to be, because let me tell you something. Out here, living on your own world is tough. It's tough. People dropping like flies. I'm hanging in there. I have been officially living on my own with no roommate since 2018. And I'm still here. By the grace of God, I'm still here. If you're not ready to be on your own and you are still living with your parents,
I don't think there's anything wrong with adults living with their parents.
I don't think people understand. Right now, the average amount of money you have to make in order to live by yourself is $60,000 a year, meaning you have to get paid $30 an hour. Come here. And that is just to cover rent. That's not including furniture. That's not including other bills. That's not including car issues, right? If you were to put all that together, you'd have to make about $75,000 a year, meaning you have to get paid over $35 or $40 an hour. So if you know somebody that is making you feel bad because you live at home with their parents, unless they are making $40 an hour at their job, they're definitely lying to you about their living situation. They either live in a closet or they have 4 roommates. There's nothing wrong with staying with your parents right now, because at this moment in time, the new generation, they can't save any money. The only thing going up is the cost of things, not the actual payment towards their lives.
But quick sidebar, if you're living with your parents, again, congratulations. That is a good advantage into this whole ass economy. But you need to be mindful of all of your friends that are living on their own, meaning that they are responsible for 100% of the bills by themselves. The reason why I'm saying this is if you ask me to go out and I say no, don't have an attitude. Don't have an attitude. Do not have an attitude. Do not have an attitude. Because guess what? I got bills that need to be paid, and I am responsible for my bills. So if I say no, that we cannot hang out, then I mean no. Now, if you want to cover my rent, my car note, my car insurance, my cell phone bill, my Wi-Fi bill, if you want to cover any of my bills, by all means do so. We can hang out for the entire week. I will take 5 days off of work just for us to hang out if you can cover my bills. But if you can't, shut the up. All right? I gotta work. Everything is dependent on me. I am not in your situation. You are not in my situation. So you need to be considerate of your friends that are 100% responsible for their bills. And you do not have the right to have an attitude if I decline us hanging out. Bitch, I gotta work. Bills need to get paid. Okay? Moving on. I don't know how 2023 is going to end economically. Hopefully the economy is going to get better. I have optimism through my faith through God that it's going to get better, but realistically, just based off of our government, you know, it's just a show in my opinion. But I give all my finances to God. Like, God, just guide me in my financial responsibilities, guide me how I spend money, because whoa, the faith is needed. Because again, it's hard out here. It is hard out here. As for me, as of right now, homecoming canceled, Halloween canceled, Thanksgiving canceled, Christmas canceled, New Year's Eve canceled. If you have any birthdays in October, November, December, January, I'm telling you right now, your birthdays. Do not invite me out to no dinner. Do not invite me out to no party, because bitch, I gotta work. I have to clear out my credit card debt, and I have to get my savings account back in order, because over right now, the savings account is non-existent. Damn it, is non-existent. I had like $400 in the savings account, and I used that to go see Drake. Don't judge me. Please don't judge me. Drake is one of my favorite rappers next to J. Cole. Do not judge me, okay? It sounds inconsiderate, but to be honest, that's how we're going to survive the rest of the year. And we don't know what 2024 is going to bring us. But as of right now, we have to buckle down and like cut out the cost of the stuff that we do not need, all right? Cut out the wants so our budget can fit the needs. That's literally what we're gonna have to do. Honestly, for me speaking, it's really gonna be some hardcore budgeting, because I refuse to be continuing on with life with $0 in my bank account because all my money has been going towards bills. I refuse it. You really have to adjust to the times right now, because anything can happen. You got to be prepared for emergency situations. What if something happens with your car? What if something happens with your health? What if there's a death in the family? Or you have to buy a plane ticket, or you have to take time off work. Like, those are stuff you got to consider. I don't know how 2024 is going to be, but if you don't make a change right now on how you're going to budget life, you're just going to be in a financial crisis. Like, honestly, I'm praying for us, y'all. I'm real deal praying for us. Things are going to get better. I pray things are going to get better because, whew, y'all, we tired. We are tired.
I appreciate you guys for making it all the way to the end of this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And keep up with me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. The links are in the description box below. And I will see you on the next episode.